What is up, guys? How are you doing today? This video is one I've wanted to do for a while now. After I saw how many views my book rankings got, I feel like I need to do this video. So you saw from the title and thumbnail, we are doing the top 10 cartoons of all time. Now I was born in 2003, so just remember that when you see my rankings. So I started watching cartoons maybe around 2008, 2009. Those are the ones that I remember. So like some shows from Cartoon Network that maybe people will talk about, I never really witnessed and watched on live TV because I was like 2 years old when they were on. So I'm kind of like, yeah, I watch mostly Cartoon Network and I'd say Teletoon. So those were my go-tos. Comment down below your favorite cartoon of all time before you see my ranking, and make sure you guys like and subscribe because I'm trying to get to 400 subscribers. We're almost there. And yeah, make sure you like and subscribe, and then follow my Instagram. Check it in the description. So let's go on to the list. Is going to be Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Now, if I include this in the list, it would definitely be number one because I'm a huge Star Wars fan, as you can see right there. But I just didn't feel like it kind of fit into my list of just basic cartoons, like for example, like a SpongeBob or Family Guy or stuff like that. It just feels a little bit different. It's more of like not an anime, but kind of in between. So I just put it as my honorable mention, but I'm not going to include it in the list. Number 10 is going to be Phineas and Ferb. Now, Phineas and Ferb is just a classic. When it was on TV, you would just watch it. You wouldn't complain about it. You would never choose to watch Phineas and Ferb. It would just always be on, and you would enjoy it. My personal best episode. I'm gonna say a best episode for each ranked show here. But my best episode would be It's About Time. I think they went back in time and stuff and saw dinosaurs. It was pretty cool, but I'd say a lot of the episodes are pretty solid. I just didn't really like the musical ones because, I don't know, I'm not a big musical kind of guy. But yeah, Phineas and Ferb, it's a classic, so I had to get it in the top 10 list. Number 9 is going to be Total Drama Island. Now, this is one of the first shows I think I started watching when I started watching, was it on Cartoon Network? I think it was on Cartoon Network, but this one was just, it was awesome. You had to keep up with it to see who goes out. My best episode was the finale, which I think the fat guy won. I'm pretty sure. I think it was the fat guy versus the emo chick. That was one of my favorite episodes, but I think they were all pretty solid. But yeah, this one was just really fun to watch. And it didn't feel like a kind of silly cartoon because there was kind of adult jokes as well, which I've gone back and watched in the past couple years, and I've kind of noticed them as I didn't when I was a kid. So yeah, this got to be number 9. Number 8 is going to be the OG Looney Tunes. So I used to watch this on Teletoon Retro. I think this is from the 70s because there's actually some pretty racist stuff and maybe stuff that just isn't right if they put it on the TV, put it on air now. But that's what kind of makes it unique. It's a very different type of show. I couldn't really choose the best episode because the episodes are really short and they just kind of do random mixes of the characters. So you'll see Bugs Bunny with the hunter guy, and then they'll just be against each other for 5 minutes, and then it'll switch to the Roadrunner against was it the Coyote? Those guys will just fight for 5 minutes. So there's not really the best episode kind of thing, because they're just kind of random little clips. But yeah, this has to go on my list because it was one of my favorites of the OG shows. Number 7 is going to be Kick Buttowski. Now, maybe a lot of you haven't seen this or haven't heard of this, but this was a classic for me. I don't know, it just felt like such a fun show to watch. It was a really cool idea. I think he was a kid and he tried to be a stuntman, or he wanted to be a stuntman. My best episode I put here is Mow Money. It's when they started doing a mowing grass business with, I think the side character was Gunther, the chubby kid with blonde hair. I haven't seen the show in a while. I don't know if it's on Disney Plus, but I'd love to go watch it again because this one was really funny. But it was actually really cool too. He did some sick bike and skateboarding moves and stuff. So if you like that, go check this show out because it was one of my favorites. But I'm sure that some of you haven't heard of this one. Number 6 is going to be Slugterra. So now this is another one that maybe some of you haven't seen, maybe heard of, but I used to play the mobile game where you slide the little pieces in the kind of Candy Crush. Oh, this show was sick. They would shoot these slugs and each slug had a different power. I think the best one, what was his name? it was like Guppy or something. The fire one in the middle. I forgot what his name is. I'm sorry to all the Slugterra fans out there. Obviously, I'm not the hugest fan, but it was a pretty cool show. I remember I think they did Nerf guns with them too. You could shoot the Nerf guns. It was like a collab or something. But yeah, this show was so sick. The best episode was What Lies Beneath. I think it was when they showed the ghouls, the ghoul slugs, like the bad guy versions. And I thought that was really sick. And then they changed the main character slug, the fire guy, into a ghoul. And it was like, oh, like he's bad now. So yeah, that was one of my favorite episodes, for sure. And this is one of my favorite shows. It was pretty short. I think there was only like 2 or 3 seasons, but I'm kind of glad they never did another remake or anything because it makes it a little more special. So yeah, that's going to be number 6. Number 5 is going to be another classic, Adventure Time. Now I have a couple of the seasons on disc actually. This show was just so random and weird. It was so entertaining. My best episode I put as the finale because it was kind of I think it was a 1-hour episode. But honestly, all of the episodes were really sick. The dog, Finn, I think Jake is a dog, sorry, BMO, classic characters. And the Ice Wizard was really sus all the time. I think he always tried to like date like random ass princesses. Yeah, this show was pretty sick. But it quite wasn't good enough for my top 3. My next 4 are like much better in my opinion, but this show was good enough for top 5. And yeah, it's pretty good. I really recommend you go check it out. Number 4 is going to be The Simpsons. Now, The Simpsons is a classic, of course. I'd argue it's the best like running animated show of all time, but the cartoons, if you just do a cartoon category, I have to put the next 3 ahead of it. But this is honestly one of the best TV shows of all time because of how long it's going, and the jokes just never get bad. Even the shows now, they're still kind of dark and they make like kind of sus jokes and stuff. And they're not going to be canceled or whatever. But yeah, this show is just, everyone knows The Simpsons. It's a classic. So I had to put it at number 4. Oh, sorry. The best episode from The Simpsons was the Treehouse of Horror series, if you didn't see that. Number 3, SpongeBob. Now I was debating putting this at 1, but my number 1 choice is my favorite of all time, so I couldn't put it at number 1. But SpongeBob is also one of my favorites, so I had to put it at number 3. The best episode is Pizza Delivery with the Krusty Krab pizza. That is one of my favorite episodes of TV of all time, for sure. I'm sure you watching this, if you're watching this video, you have seen that episode. It's when Squidward and SpongeBob go out to deliver one pizza and they have to go through like the whole country and stuff. It's nuts, but it's got to be one of the best episodes ever. This show is just a classic as well. I'm sure everyone knows who SpongeBob is. It's not as fun right now. I don't think they're making many new episodes, but it's not as funny. It used to be really funny. I'd say like season 2 and 3 were my favorites when the animation just got a little bit better, but the jokes were still perfect. And the ideas were so simple, but so funny and entertaining. So I had to put it in my top 3. So number 2 is going to be Gravity Falls. Now Gravity Falls, it had to go in this ahead of SpongeBob for me because it was a little bit more unique. And they only did 1 season, which they always said they would come back, but I was like, when are they going to do it? And then they've never done it. So I think that makes it much more special to have only 1 season, similar to having like a cool, like really good movie, not have a sequel. But yeah, Gravity Falls was just so sick. It started off really simple, similar to my number 1 choice. The show will start off really simple, and then the end of the episode will end up like you would not even believe if you started watching halfway through. Like they'd start going on like a hike or something, and at the end of the episode they'll be fighting the Illuminati guy, or like in hell or something. It's crazy. My best episode was the Golf War, where they did the mini golf, and then secretly all the golf people, the little golf people, worked in the mini golf, and they had to like defeat them. And the big guy did like the sacrifice so he could do the windmill hole-in-one shot or whatever. That was one of my favorite episodes. I'm kind of describing it too long, but yeah, this one, I'm sure everyone knows this one, but if you haven't, I would recommend you watch the whole series because it really goes well together. It doesn't just stop-start. So yeah, it's a really good show. Had to be number 2. And number 1 is going to be my all-time favorite show. I think it's not my all-time favorite show, but cartoons is going to be number one, regular show. This show is just the most random show ever. It kind of works in a series where you have to watch in order, but if you watch one episode here or there, maybe not the finale, it's just the weirdest show ever. I swear, if you watch this, the starting episode, what's his name? I forgot the guy's name, but he'll give him the job to go like rake the building or rake the stairs or something. And at the end of the episode, they're fighting like Tyler the Creator in heaven or something. Tyler the Creator actually comes in one of these episodes. There's some random appearances from like celebrities, like AC/DC comes into one episode. It's just such a wacky show, and I love the name regular show because it's not regular at all. And Mordecai and Rigby are the two funniest characters I think I've ever watched in cartoons. And the show is actually like, it's not for little kids. Like, you'll actually see some adult jokes all the time in this. And yeah, it's just one of my favorite shows. Has to be number one. And the best episode I put as, I don't know, because every episode is really crazy in my opinion, and I can't choose a favorite because they're all so random and weird. But yeah, Mordecai and Rigby carry this show for sure, but Muscle Man, and I forgot the old guy right here. I forgot his name, but I don't even know. So yeah, that's gonna be my list. Let me know what's your number one, because it's a very good topic. I like to see people's opinions and their number one show, because I feel like everyone watches that SpongeBob, Adventure Time, kind of the regular shows, and then they'll have some random show, like for me, Slugterra. I bet like not many people have seen that, but I had to throw it in because it was one of my faves. So that's gonna be my list. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video. Make sure you subscribe.